Can't you see that we're the ones who understand you? Been here all along, so why can't you see? You belong with Zane and me on the Thursday podcast.
Welcome to the Thursday podcast. This is the Wing It edition.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Zane. I feel alive. I feel real alive right now.
And I'm about to feel alive too, I'm sure.
And I'm eating turkey soup, and it's really hot, and I microwaved it in a Tupperware container that my mom said I could microwave, and now Zane says it's gonna leach chemicals, and I'm faced with the hardest choice in my life. To trust my mother who birthed me, who loves me more than life itself, and who's raised me for 20 years, or trust Zane. Come on, it's Zane.
Well, to be fair, you said it was going to leach chemicals. I only agreed with you, and then you agreed with me.
But I don't trust myself. So how could I trust you if you agree with myself?
Okay, don't trust me.
But it's Zane, come on.
Since this is our Wing It edition, actually, no, let's give it a little bit more.
Can it be the turkey soup edition?
Yeah.
The turkey soup edition.
I was going to call it the interview edition, but the turkey soup edition.
I like the turkey soup edition. Zane, I have a question for you.
Okay, go. Wait, do you think your question is better than my first question?
No. You ask yours first.
Okay. In your entire lifetime,
Oh dear.
who was your first crush and how old were you?
Oh, this is such a good question. Okay, so kind of the format of this podcast, we're going to ask each other questions, and you get a little insight into Zane and David. And considering how everybody listening knows us, this, may not be too much of an insight, but, I think it will, because we're going to get really emotional.
It's an insight to how our brains work, kind of, probably.
And I bet you guys didn't know about Chelsea Moore. Chelsea Moore. First crush. I was in grade 1. It was me, my friend Mitchell Shimbine. Shout out to Mitchell Shimbine. And Chelsea Moore. Shout out to Chelsea Moore. I still know her. So if she hears it, it's going to be weird. But, she probably won't hear it. Anyway. So she was the perfect woman. She was a friend of Mitch and I. She played sports and was like total cute and a tomboy. It was just like, honestly, Zane, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I've ever been more infatuated in my life. Like, I remember just, like, not being able to breathe and being, like, just, like, walking to school being like, David, today's the day. Today's the day you tell her. But the best part was I was like 6, so I didn't even, like, I was gonna tell her I liked her, but I didn't even know what that would have meant. Like, I didn't think past telling her. I didn't think if I tell her she'll love me and we'll be together. It was just like, I'll tell her. And then, as love does, it disappeared and never came back again.
Love disappears and never comes back. Part 2 of the question.
Yeah.
Out of however many infatuations you've had in your life,
Yeah.
and by my definition of infatuation, meaning you like someone, but you never ever do anything about it?
Classic.
Yeah. Which is the defining one?
The defining one. Okay, there was this girl in high school who, I was in grade 10, and she was also one of my biggest crushes ever. Or actually, I met her in grade 9. I didn't meet her, but I saw her in grade 9 in high school, and it was like, I was into her at first sight. And in grade 10, we were in the same drama class, and we got to talking and hit it off and, like, became, like, casual friends and stuff, and I was just crazy about her, but never told her. And the defining moment was after high school, the summer after I was done first year of university, I was playing a show, and she came to see the show, and after the show, she came up to me and she said, David, I just want you to know, grade 10 Sarah was crazy about you. Shit, I just said her name. Okay. Shout out to Sarah. Anyway, and I was like, oh my God, that's nuts. And it was just kind of one of those, like, you might as well get turned down and rejected because the chances of them actually being interested, I think, are worth it. But maybe that's just because the world hasn't crushed my soul enough yet.
The world hasn't crushed your soul enough.
Yeah, I guess not, eh? Okay, Zane.
Oh, rule to the podcast. You can turn the question on the questioner first, but then you have to answer. Eventually, like if I
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Does everyone else get it? Yeah, we get it. Okay. What is the animal you are most afraid of?
Spider.
And why? Oh yeah, and why? Tell them why, Zane.
I don't know. It's kind of. I like to tell myself it's not an irrational fear. That's totally rational. But many people believe that fear is. It's just like when you're afraid of something, you don't really understand it, and I don't understand the fuck out of spiders, because like they're tiny with 8 legs and 8 eyes, and they're furry, but not you can't even see it, but you know they're furry, and they shoot string out their butt and make traps with them, and they have fangs, and
fangs.
Yeah,
we have teeth.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Fangs.
They're like
There's teeth and there's fangs. And fangs are way more ferocious.
okay.
And they're fast. The spiders. I bet their fangs are fast too, but
Oh, there's some sort of statistic. Maybe you know what it is. But I hear that, like, and this is, I'm not even going to check the stat. I'm just going to say it because I'm going to say it what I remember it being, and it's probably not that. I feel like there's a statistic where you eat, like,
yeah, I've heard.
8 bugs a night.
I don't.
It's probably not 8. It's probably not a night. But it's like, I don't know. I've heard you eat a lot of bugs when you're asleep.
I've heard that too.
And what's a really common spider? Daddy long legs, right?
Don't they have 6 legs and they're not spiders?
Sure.
Okay.
They're not spiders, technically, but they look like spiders. And I hear another fact that I'm pulling out of somewhere. It's true, I just don't know why or how. I hear that they're like one of the most venomous of spiders, except their mouth is just too small to bite you.
Yeah.
So think about how much poison is in this apartment right now, coming to get you. I'm sorry, I take it back. I shouldn't have. Zane, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I ain't scared.
I ain't scared. Good. I'm glad you're not scared, Zane.
Like I said, this is our wing edition.
And we're winging it hard.
Yeah.
I'm eating the soup like a winged dragon.
If you had to choose
It's not the winged edition. It's the chicken soup edition.
turkey edition.
Turkey soup edition.
If you had to choose between having wings that could never like collapse,
Okay, not that. Okay. Or
gills,
and
and you had to breathe through your gills for at least 10 minutes of your day every
what do you
day.
mean? Like breathe underwater?
Yeah, somehow.
I would do that because it takes 10 minutes of my day and then it's fine. And I could swim for 10 minutes. I could hold my breath for 10 minutes.
No, you're breathing underwater.
Wow, that's nuts. I would definitely gills. Not even close. That was like not a good question. I think, like,
I winged it.
Okay, I'll turn the question on you.
Okay.
You winged it. You're so funny.
Well, that's where I got the idea. I didn't mention that the wings allowed you to fly, but that was kind of assumed.
Thought it was applied, yeah.
I would choose flying.
But you'd be a freak.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
you'd have
that was a
gills.
joke. I want you to know that
You'd
was a
have
joke.
gills.
What I want our audience to know that is if they're different in any way, they're a freak and they should feel bad about themselves.
I think it'd be a real chick magnet.
Yeah. What?
I think it'd be a real chick magnet
Yeah.
compared to gills, at least.
But with a woman, like seducing a woman or a man with gills, it would be great because you could be like, "You want to go for a swim?" They'd be like, "Yeah," and then you strap them onto you, and then you swim, and at some point they die. They die, and you forget that they're there, and then you feel bad and guilty for the rest of your life.
Guilty.
Ah!
Also,
Spike it, Zane. Okay, from here on out, whenever we set each other up for a joke, before somebody says the punchline, the other person will say, Spike it, Zane."
okay.
So, Zane.
Yeah.
If you could be a man for the first half of your life and a woman for the second, or just a woman for your whole life, meaning you have to go back to a baby and live your life all over again, what would you do?
I'd be a man for the first half of my life and a woman for the last half of my life.
Why?
Because I'm not even sure. Because let's say that scenario is applied immediately. I'm still a guy, so I know I'm gonna live at least 21 more years. It'd be a way of determining how much longer I have to live.
But can you imagine how awful the day would be when you wake up a girl? Then you would just know, shit, exactly, I'm done exactly half my life. Well, and then from then on, you can only count down to the day you die. You'll be able to figure out exactly when it's going to happen. And you wouldn't even have to try to figure it out. Your brain would just do it on its own.
I'd have that many more. I'd have the like 50% of my life to just play with my boobs.
You're right.
And I think that's what it's all about.
You know what? I think you're abso-boobsly right. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry. Shout out to boobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, not shout, but like gently whisper and kiss on the cheek
of the boob.
Yeah. Of course.
So we're the coolest.
Yeah.
Your turn.
You're right.
I am right.
Okay. You have to, let's say, for the rest of your life, the only thing you can drink is alcohol. But it comes with all the effects you can think of. Which alcoholic beverage do you drink for the rest of your life?
It comes with all the effects.
Yeah, so like you get drunk every day, whether you like it or not.
But could it quench your thirst, or would you be thirsty for the rest of your life?
That's the only thing that doesn't apply. That it'll quench your thirst.
I would drink.
Wait, before you go on, I just thought of like if you're going to the gym or something, and you're like running on a treadmill and you get really thirsty, and you just start like drinking stuff. You get drunk on the treadmill, and you're just like drunk running for the rest of your workout.
I like how you set up this scenario that you can only drink alcohol for the rest of your life, and that's what you thought about first.
Yeah, well, because like when you get, that's what I imagine. That's where I imagine you get thirsty the most. Is
Okay.
like when you're working out.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were saying.
I could say I'd systematically figure out which drink had the least amount of alcohol in it, but that's boring. So I'll say whiskey. Because it'd be like a really dumb idea, but if I'm drinking alcohol for the rest of my life, I'm kind of fucked anyway. So I might as well be super badass. Plus my tolerance would be nuts.
Okay, your tolerance doesn't change.
Okay, but still, I would choose whiskey.
Okay. Your turn.
And I would choose whiskey because then I would get people to call me Whiskey Dave. If you had to stab yourself in the deltoid, so like the shoulder, like right up in your arm, or in the thigh, where would you stab yourself?
Probably the thigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, then I could move my arm still.
Plus, there's a lot more meat.
Yeah. If you had to chop off one of your limbs, like any part
My head.
Okay. I have a question. Just it's more of like a philosophical question.
Okay.
Where do you think in your body that you are? Like, what is it? What part of your body would you consider you the most?
I think I understand your question. I've always kind of thought of this. When I was a kid, I used to think a lot about where your soul is. Because, like, I go to school and this is your heart, and this is your cranium, and this is your butt, and this is your fingers. But where's your soul? So I think it's located in between the belly button and the heart, like right here. Like just under your lungs and rib cage.
I'd agree. Because, like, if someone, like, cut your arm off, you'd say, oh, someone cut my arm off. Or if someone cut your head off and you could still talk, they'd say, you cut my head off, not you cut my body off.
Yeah.
So it can't be, it's not in your head.
Yeah. I love your rationale here. It's so good. I feel like this is great because we're just going so balls to the wall on everything we talk about because we don't know what the next thing is gonna be.
Okay, your turn.
My turn. Okay. If you had to be married to your best friend, who is a girl, who you get along with, who you really like, and you have to have a child with this person, would you rather get married to your best friend who you really like but don't have any romantic feelings for or attraction to? Or would you rather get married to a person you were horrendously attracted to and was totally in love with, but in a bad way and didn't like, you know? Like, so crazy about them, but like they're bad for you and toxic for you and stuff?
So that person would be like, if I thought she was really hot, but I knew she was a bitch. Like,
no, not really. It's like, she's really hot and a bitch, and you hate her, but you love her, you know? Like, you know, love and hate are like really
they're like that.
Similar things, yeah.
I'm twisting my fingers together because they're like hugging each other.
Yeah, so going off that, what would you do?
Probably marry my best friend and have a kid.
Yeah.
And then, because then, we'd be best friends. So I could talk her into, like, no, talk her into, like, letting me name the kid, or
why being best friends? If we got married, you wouldn't be able to talk me into letting you name the kid all by yourself.
But okay, here's Here's like my ultimatum for my future wife is that for each child we right before like when it comes time to name our kid, we're gonna play rock paper scissors. The winner gets to name the kid, but the loser gets to give the kid their middle name, and neither name can be disputed, unless like, well, they can be, but
They can't
like
be.
theoretically, I'm going to love my wife, and if she disputes it, then I'll choose another name.
Yeah, but you can't add that element in. It's got to be stone. It's got to be like, if you win, you get to pick, and that's it.
Yeah, but like,
And no talking about it.
I don't like. Then,
If it means no sex for the rest of your life, then no sex, Zane.
but
Because
then
this
no
name
kids
thing-
to name,
No, but you've already had one.
and have won.
And maybe she'll let you have sex with her because she knows there's a chance of her winning the rock paper scissors match. Jesus.
Or if I play rock paper, or I can just play rock paper scissors for sex. Because we'd be best friends.
Do you want to have sex? No. Rock paper scissors. That's fucked up, Zane. When did we cross the line?
It'd be okay because we'd be in love.
The whole point was you didn't love her or have any romantic feelings for her. But
Okay.
that's okay because I won the rock paper scissors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that joke totally. Spike it down, Zane! Spike it down!
Scissors.
Oh, Zane!
What was the
Rocks! That joke totally rocks! You see, it's hilarious
scissors.
because it's hilarious because I thought Zane says scissors as a joke because he knew what the joke was.
I just didn't know.
And he just didn't know.
My turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If you had to okay. You have to have an additional part of your body, like a duplicate
Okay.
of any part of your body. And it has to be on your forehead.
Like a hand on my forehead?
Yeah,
or
what would it be?
An eye. No,
That's good.
it wouldn't be. I take it back. It'd be...
Tick tock, tick tock. It would be. Okay, for me.
It would be an eye.
Yeah, for me. I didn't think of that. But. Well, how are. Okay. Now, for the bad part of the question.
Okay.
It's either an anus, like a butthole,
Okay.
or a ball sack. Which is it?
Okay.
And they're both functional.
But, like, what would the ball sack be hooked up to? Like, a butthole,
if you-
it would just poo out my forehead. But, like, just a ball sack? Like, is that where my, like...
If I flicked you in the head,
Ah.
it'd hurt a lot more than it does now.
A butthole.
Really?
I pick a butthole.
Really?
What would you pick?
I might pick a ball sack.
Why? But like, how? But does that mean you don't have a ball sack?
No, you just
Attached
have
to your
another.
penis?
You just have another.
Actually, I'd pick a ball sack because then I'd have like a lot of like. Anyway, yeah. I'd pick
Making
ball
out with a
sack.
girl would be that much more.
That's disgusting. No, but then your ball sack would like smush on her head and it would hurt.
You just have to be gentle.
That's no fun.
Like, well, you have to work around it.
But if it was,
It'd be so much
if it was
worse
a,
if it was an.
if it was a butthole, then like.
Then you'd be pressing your butthole against her.
How did we get here? How did we? This is kind of perfect. This is kind of the perfectest.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
kind of the perfectest.
I think that if we end it here, we'll end it on a good note.
I feel like we'll end it on the best note we could have ever ended it on. And also, we just really want to say we've had a lot of fun tonight, but foreheads with buttholes on them are a serious issue. And we just want to say, if you have a butthole on your forehead,
Spike it.
we're here for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you have a butthole on your forehead, then scissors.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am David Jackson, Captain Smooth, and this is Zane Wong, Minister of Cool.
Minister of Buttholes.
Okay. We love you, and we're sorry.
and
Goodbye.
we're sorry. I forgot to stop.